Hello, and welcome back to I was trying to say Goroshi, but no, it's Tsumihoroboshi. Similar but different. Um, I think it's a great day to record. The nightly cricket levels is higher than average. I just finished Aoani playthrough for October month special stuff. I don't really know if I have a name for it, but yeah. So that was fun. My adrenaline's pumping. Yesterday I finished the climax, or finished the main playthrough of Doki Doki. I'm still gonna go back and check out some of the scenes I missed, but that's hype. And last episode of Tsumihoroboshi was great. It was, I had my gripes with it, but overall I thought it was very good. And I absolutely hello, train. I am happy to see you around, making it even better. I thought it was great. Um, Also, I even went shopping today and bought three Ito Junji books. I like collecting all of them, and I haven't even looked at them. Looked at like the catalog since like 2018. So I was pleasantly just surprised to see I was missing five, and I bought three of them, and I'll probably buy the next two when a new one comes out in December. I gotta say, if you haven't read Ito Junji, it's a manga author, then I would wholeheartedly recommend it if you're into horror at all. There's very few things that make me excited as cracking open a new Ito Junji novel. So yeah, well, manga, not novel. So it's been a good day. Um, and I'm excited for this one. Like I was saying, great stuff. Love the club members opening their hearts. Now their bonds are stronger than ever, and maybe this time Keiichi and the rest will work together. So Keiichi doesn't die this arc. That's the goal, alright? No dead Keiichi. Stop the fate. Um, we also got that thing where Keiichi was low key referring to Torigoroshi like it was a dream. I think that's just like helping me clear. It's obviously something meta, but I like the alternate real or overlapping realities. But now that I thought about it a bit more, I think maybe he's going through a thing. Maybe he's getting like the Rita connection where Rita gets her information, and maybe she can and maybe Teichi's going through the same thing somehow. I'm not exactly sure how it would work, but that's the only answer I have. Maybe he's like seeing the dimensions. Maybe he has truly transcended through the power of friendship. I don't know. We'll just go on. I'm pretty sure we're gonna do the Watanagashi festival, so after this chapter or during this chapter, we might get some spice up. Oh, the big Ooishi is gonna be appearing pretty soon. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be like he's gonna investigate the deaths of Tomotaki and Takano, and then he's gonna probably investigate Rena, and then the clubs, because of the disappearances of Tepe and Rina, and then the club's gonna work together to fend off Ooishi from arresting Rena or whatever. That's my prediction. Because after that scene, we need we need some bid team ups. It would be pretty awkward without the bid team ups. So that should be fun. But before we start, I did remember we skipped the tip just because it was getting pretty late. So let's read that now. It's still June, yet the air is filled with the cries of cicadas. How's everyone in Hinamizawa doing? The Watanagashi festival is coming just around the corner. We staff members from the forestry service are going to perform a wood sculpting demonstration at the festival. Nice. We'll be happy to lend our tools and teach your kids how to sculpt wood themselves. It'll be an excellent memorial gift. Also, we would like to inform everyone that we're going to cut down trees in the local hills this summer as part of the Forest Landscape Management Project. This project involves preserving the beauty of the forest by cutting down old trees and planting new ones. Wow, that sounds like propaganda. that's that's a good one, forestry team. The forestry service needs volunteers who are interested in helping us cut down the old trees. I mean, maybe they're not me mean, but like, yeah. I mean, old trees are beautiful. Such a dumb reason. You can enjoy the beauty of nature under the blue sky while helping out with this preservation activity. The project will begin during summer break, so you can bring your kids too. This will be a good opportunity for your kids to learn about the nature and having a valuable experience. Uh-oh. The location of the project are in the forests in the Takasudo and Yaguchi areas. So obviously, they're alluding to the body will be found. So maybe a Ooishi won't naturally like come to suspect Rena because of the missing people, but maybe a body will actually be found, and the two bodies, and then Ooishi will start exploring. But I also just thought of a cool fact. What if these two murders are gonna count towards the curse murders, and Tomodachi and Takano aren't going to die? I mean, I've been saying we need some more Tomodachi and Takano hard backstory, alright? Maybe not hard, probably not this episode, honestly, but just keep them alive, especially Tomodachi. My man's just been I feel like Tomodachi's been a giant red herring for me. I feel like he's just a journalist covering like the curse stuff in secret, pretending to be a bird watcher. I don't know if he's actually a big baddie, but he's such a bait. He's not as big as a bait as Irie possibly is, but yeah. Anyways, definitely could have done that last episode, but it's better to get it done when we're refilled with energy. Let's start with chapter 6 or 7. I forgot. I think it's 7. Woo! Fun.
習い続けていればいつか幸せになれると信じてきた。誰かのことを思えば相手も自分を思ってくれると信じてきた。悲しかった思い出を置き去りにして少女は明日を見つめようと前を向く。甘えず頼らずたった一人で未来を切り開くために。その先にあるものは幸せかそれとも不幸せか。罪滅ぼし。
There you go.
誰かを愛したかった。でも本当は誰かに愛されたかった。
I want to say that's describing Rena, but it doesn't necessarily need to be. Yo, what is this new tech? What is this new tech? This is a totally different background for the Watanagashi festival. Even Maitashi had the same one. That's a little funky, but I like it. Looking a little fresh. Hot dogs, dude. Taste, you want hot take? Hot dogs are alright. I don't love them, don't hate them. They're kind of like the mid-tier. Burgers are always better and sausages are always better. Naturally, I don't think there's much people that would say a hot dog is better than a sausage, but I'm sure they exist. Sorry, that was a low-key diss, but I like my hot dogs. I would never go out and buy a hot dog usually. Like, maybe I will buy one, but I wouldn't go out and say, today I want to go out and eat a hot dog. It'd be more spur of the moment, unless it's like some fancy hot dog. But I do like making them from time to time. I love hot dogs and wieners. Like beans and wieners, which I use hot dogs for too. I think it actually tastes better than using a sausage. But yeah, they're alright. Shaved ice I actually don't like either. It's kind of weird. The best one I've had was at a night market, which is kind of like this. Not really. It's like a market filled with people, Asian stuff. It was like sakura milk. I don't even know what that is, but pink milk ice, and that was probably the best one. Usually shaved ice is pretty bland, as it should be. It's just flavoring and ice. I guess it's technically healthier, but I mean, not really. It's like syrup. There you go. The food hot takes that you didn't want. Yo, that sounds lit. Ah, I'm not a fan of mustard. I'll say it. Burgers, hot dogs, give me my mayonnaise, give me my ketchup in a public setting, and that's it. At home, I'll just put a little sriracha there. But mustard and relish, no go for me. I don't hate mustard if you mix it in with stuff, but I definitely wouldn't willingly put it on as a condiment, and I just don't like pickles in general, so I don't like relish too much. There are a great many booths at this year's Watanabe Festival. Anything can become a festival if there are vendors selling food and music for bond dances, I thought. This is the same. I think it's just... Isn't the background just different? I don't know. Isn't it like usually like sunset maybe? And that's why I'm tripping? It's still June, but it had been extremely hot the past few days. Almost as if it's already summer. When you have a June festival with bond dance music... Isn't June summer, right? Yeah, it has to be. Well, actually, yeah, it doesn't have to be. I think July, June, and August are summer. Or is August... No, August can't be October. I mean, obviously, August can't be October. August can't be autumn yet, right? Something like that. When you have a June festival with bond dance music under this kind of weather, the only thing that's missing to make it a perfect summer festival is fireworks. Yo, it's Kumagai. That means, is this Ooishi POV? That's kind of cool. It actually is, dude. It's good to get Ooishi POV because I'm gonna be super trusting of people's POVs, and sure they can like go crazy, but like then you can theorize that they're going crazy, but they wouldn't like lie when they're in their POVs. So seeing Ooishi's thought process is pretty cool if we get some. I had a voice coming from my portable radio. Yo, fun festival games with Ooishi. Hype. With this earphone, it looks a little like I'm security listening to the horse races while on duty. I miss the voice. Talking smack about Ooishi, but I do love his character. He's great. If he turns out to be a villain, then he's the villain that you can cheer for, or at least enjoy, not like a Tepe or Rina. Pork belly stew. Tate's. Actually, I've only had Odin once, so I'm not sure. It was good. We had it for breakfast in Japan. Yakisoba. This is a terrible take, and even I think it's terrible, but I mean, I don't like it. I think it's pretty bland. I've had it twice in Japan, but I do like this like store-bought version that's like thin noodles, and it just has a distinct taste while the other one's kind of bland. Pork belly stew. I mean, I like pork belly, so I'm guessing I'd like the stew. I think I've talked about barley tea. That's the burnt. It tastes like burnt. It just tastes burnt to me. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's alright. It grows on you. I know some people who just hate it, but it's like, would I choose it over green tea? Usually not. Would I choose? But if I needed a tea, I wouldn't mind drinking it. Get the food tates. Just get them out while we can. We probably won't be talking about food soon in the playthrough. It'll probably be more about blood and death and unhappiness. Spiked tea sounds nasty, but I've never drunk it. I mean, Arizona tea as what's it called again? Whatever. You drink after. I forgot what it's called. I'm being dumb. But you drink like hard liquor, then you drink that to wash it down. Which I don't do anymore. It just doesn't really do anything for me. But besides that, it sounds kind of weird, brother. Kuma does. Seems like a nice guy.
その麦茶缶ならもらっとい
Though
て
if he was part of uh, the the thing where Keiichi was being bullied by Ooishi and Tsumiboroboshi, then maybe he's not a nice guy.
ホップなら辞退でお願いします
Oishi's being in tip-top shape because he probably knows someone's gonna die, either because he planned it or he just knows because it happens every year. Ah, yes, friends with the town council. I'm sure they love Ooishi. Oh boy.
お寮のばあ様やだな大石は巡回中でいつ
I
戻っ
would.
てくるかわからないとか言って
Oh
ごまかせ
man.
ません
Oh man, I would love to see those two interact. That'd be a spicy conversation. It was heart related. Those strokes brain related, right? So
了解了解すぐに戻ると丁重に
I don't know. I'm not good at that stuff.
お伝えください
Oh well, I guess I'll have to go back and mingle with the locals. All of a sudden, a group of kids came running towards me from behind. The squad! After a quick look at them, I noticed that they were the granddaughter of the old maid and her friends. So no interaction with Keiichi. He usually interacts a bit, but I guess they had no contact since then. And since the start of this arc, which is interesting. They occupied a corner of the shooting gallery stall, making a lot of noise. Mion Sonozaki. When acting her age, she's a cute, normal girl. But do I ever hate it when she acts like a member of the Sonozaki family? She'll be the boss of Okonomiya Yakuza territory in 10 or 20 years, just you wait and see. And while I was thinking things like that, I noticed that Mion wasn't the one taking leadership of the group this time. It was the boy. That boy. I know him. He just moved here recently. The boy from the Maibara mansion. Is that what Ooishi calls it that too? Keiichi Maibara, wasn't it? Was it? I heard that the Maibara family is from the city and they're supposedly very rich too. Are they? Father's a painter? I mean, maybe. I don't know. But he doesn't flaunt his family wealth and he has good reputation because of that. Even though he just moved here, he's already adjusted to his new school and he's popular with his classmates too. Everyone in the village seems to like him as well. He's very interesting to watch as a person of many moods. Boys of his age sure have a lot of energy. To be younger than. Dude, this seems like a nice Ooishi. Apparently he doesn't, I mean, just taking this Ooishi's word for it, he doesn't hate Mion completely to the core. He hates one side of her, but he doesn't just outright despise her, so that's nice, I guess. I completely thought he just hated her to the core and baited Shion into killing her. But who knows, right? He knows Rena, or he should know Rena, apparently. We'll see if this Ooishi knows her. If he doesn't, then, and he was just lying to Keiichi about the bat story, that would be interesting, though I don't think he did, because it's kind of weird. Bam. That's very Hau. The rare. It's not a rare Rika. It's a special Rika. Look at that Miko outfit. And Satoko. Casual clothes Satoko. Though we saw that. We all saw this at the dump yard, right? Or was it in their normal school outfits? I don't remember. Actually, it wasn't. It was in the school outfits, huh? So I think this is the first time. Cool, cool. That's a fancy belt. It's not, but I like the belt. Definitely not a belt wearer in general. Which works and it doesn't work, but I don't know. I'm just too lazy. Victory shall be mine. It looked like only 4 of them were having a good time. The girl called Rena seemed outside of that circle of smiles. Her name is Rena Ryuju. What was her real name? I couldn't remember, but I can check when I get back to the station. Rena is only a nickname. I believe she moved here a year before Mibara-kun did. Her mother divorced her father or something like that. She's a strong girl who does all the housework by herself. She's a very modest girl, I'm told, which is rare in this era. Unlike Mibara-kun, it seemed like she hadn't really opened up to her friends just yet. Well, they did a lot of opening behind the scenes, Ooishi. Yeah. Sounded a little weird, but not really, you know. They had looked like a group of 5, but the distance between her and the others, it's a little sad, you know. Mibara-kun had become part of the village, but Rena is still by herself. That's just how it looked to me.
Ooishi 了解。地域のお祭りにまで挨拶に来るなんて、うちの所長は地域交流に。
Did they find the bodies?
沖宮の祭りに来たって話は聞いたことないのに。
What up, buddy? We've seen you before. In Higurashi, I think the most. Oops. I'm sorry, Chief.
ただいま全速力で帰還中ですよ。もう1分ほどお待ちを。
If I don't hurry up, even the chief might end up calling me. I ran back to the headquarters tent. It's red. Bad times are happening. It's the squad. You guys are dead. We didn't even see you this whole arc. Oh man, next time, I swear, next time's gonna be their time to shine. It has to be. I mean, it has to be the next. I didn't think it would be really in this arc, but it has to be in the next 2 arcs, especially Takano. I mean, if it goes with Tsumihoroboshi, then next arc Takano should have stuff. Kumagai! And they found Tomotachi's body. What's up? Ah, guess who's on the scene again? Irie. I'm just saying, he's super not suspicious in most times, but the fact that you've seen all the corpses, he's examined them so he can do stuff with them maybe, and the fact that he always has these small lines of evidence in every art. Every art is just a little line or two that just makes you wanna snap at him, despite him being like one of the cleanest characters in the story so far. God damn it! I have my eye on you, Iria. You better get some. Watch him be. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets cleared at the end of this whole thing, but I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't, because there's just tiny bits of suspicion on him, and I won't let it go. And it adds in little tiny dots, but not. It's not big like Takano or Ooishi or anything. Ooishi entered the cordoned off area. That was a fast festival, by the way. In there, people from forensics were taking pictures of the corpse from various angles. Irie was squatting down next to the dead body of Jiro Tomotachi, who isn't his real name. That's the most suspicious part of him. To be honest, everything else is kind of whatever. When he stood up, he looked pale. Still have the sunglasses in your pocket. I respect it.
そりゃ私だって信じられませんよ。初見で見た限り、仏は喉をかきむしっています。
This will be super interesting if they solve this too. Still don't really get it, besides it being a drug, but like, you could say it's paranoia, but there's no way paranoia makes people like do the throat thing unless it's like the Hinamizawa brand of paranoia, like I said, for explaining the footsteps. It's a certain variant. I don't know. I don't know if there's variant in. I mean, there is variant in mental diseases, but like, I mean, maybe. Who knows? Still don't really have a concrete evidence. I like that. Hinamizawa paranoia or multi or layered reality theory. There you go.
それも自分の手でです。こいつはまっとうな死に方じゃない。
I agree.
十中八九何らかのヤバめな薬物でしょう。
If you can't say the dredge is a bait because of Mayatashi, but I don't know, dude.
彼は何らかの薬物の常習者だったということでしょうか。
I really doubt that, but who knows? He always wore a sleeveless top, so it's not something he injects, maybe. Unless he's injecting it somewhere else.
そいつを調べるのはどうやら我々の仕事になりそうです。
大石さん、この角材は
多分仏が振り回したんじゃないかと思います。で、途中で捨てて喉をかくのが楽しくなっちゃったんじゃないかと。
That's right, we haven't gone over this scene for a while, but it's happened every arc. Apparently there's signs that multiple people were attacking him. He was trying to defend himself. He got beat a bit, then he killed himself. Fire throat ripping.
角材を何のために振り回したんでしょう。
自衛のためと考えるのが一番自然だと思います。仏の体に外傷がいくつかあるのに気づいてます。
And there's external injuries, so it couldn't really be a hallucination. Or it could be. It could have been a hallucination too. And he just did that by himself.
ええ、打撲傷を思わせる跡がいくつか散見できます。
ってことは一番考えられるストーリーは仏が祭り終了後、沖宮へ帰る途中。You
know what's bummy about this? We can't even clear any of our club members. Because this was from Ooishi's perspective fully, so we don't know their complete alibis unless they mention it when we're in Rena or Keiichi vision. Because Ooishi saw them, but then he went away, so we can't even clear Rena from this. I don't necessarily think it's Rena, but it could be Rena. Maybe Tomotaki was like blackmailing her because he found pictures of her doing it. That's totally possible. He's been a lurker in the dumps. Still could be Takano if he's working with her. Maybe the bruises were because they had a disagreement or whatever. I don't know. Shion. Oh, probably not Ooishi. And I think Ooishi is clear for this, honestly. It just fits with the timeline.
それで取り押さえられて怪しげな注射とかそういうのをされて
Which makes you really think that Oishi's not the mastermind manipulator. Again, I don't know if it's a full mastermind thing. I still like the idea of him messing with Satoshi, just because it makes the most sense. Him and Ire, Takano doesn't really fit, and I think he really did mess with Shion and Mayatashi too. With the way he revealed Satoshi's disappearance. He just seemed so odd, but I don't know. In the back of my mind, I kind of don't want to believe it. So, who knows? The mastermind theory is just kind of tacked on just because of how, I mean, I believe it. I still think Oishi's the most suspicious out of Takano and Ire for the three candidates. Because, I mean, we need candidates from the known characters or else it would be a little janky. But at the same time, it's not solid at all.
喉をかきむしるように誘導できる薬物なんて聞いたことがありません。
This was always kind of weird to me because the dread doesn't necessarily need to specifically be made to do that. It just needs to make you, I don't know. I can imagine maybe a dread makes you kind of go crazy and then like, makes it hard to breathe. So you're just trying to breathe by ripping out your throat. I don't know if that's a real dread, but it sounds reasonable to me. Sorry, smells kind of weird outside.
私もそっちは専門じゃありませんが、薬物中毒の一つに自傷行為ってあるらしいじゃないですか。
Made sense.
まあその辺はうちの鑑識のじい様が調べてくれるでしょう。
Spoiler, he doesn't help.
おいさん、失礼します。
What's up?
ここから数百メートルのところに富武二郎のものと思われる自転車が見つかりました。
Hey, guess who had his bicycle in Tsumiboroboshi? Tatano had it in the backseat while picking up Keiichi. Hello? Evidence. Why did Tatano dump his bicycle away? That's definitely hard. Case I remember Tsumiboroboshi. It's been really popping in my head recently, so it's kind of great.
お、そうですか。ありがとうございます。何か手がかりとかは？
いえ、初見では特には。今、鑑識が言っています。
じゃあつまりその自転車があった場所が襲撃場所と考えていいんでしょうね。
Nope, I actually don't believe that. That might be a big bait by Takano. She took the bicycle and put it somewhere else to make them believe that. That would be a big brain play. Or it could have went differently, because obviously in Tsumihoroboshi Teppei died. Died by Keiichi later, so maybe it did leave that, but so maybe that is the spot, but I'm saying there's a possibility that Takano just planted the bike there. Because again, the only time we've seen his bike at the night of the Higurashi was Takano in her car, so that's there you go. Statement and a half. Sometimes my memory works. Sometimes I'm sharp, sometimes I'm not. It's give and take.
それで戦ったり逃げたりしてここまで来た。
We never heard the bike information before though, so. Ooishi frowned, crossing his arms in front of his chest. Irie was looking at the miserable corpse of Tomotaki, and he kept saying the same thing over and over.
ありえない。絶対にありえない。
先生、ありえちゃったんだから仕方がないです。
What if he wasn't saying it's impossible that he ripped out his throat, but it's impossible that Tomotaki specifically died because he's working with Takano and Irie? Oh my god. I solved the mystery.
発想を柔軟にしましょ
I'm thinking flexibly.
う。まあ先生でもこんな死体はなかなか見慣れてるものじゃないか。
Yeah, what if the clinic theory is real and this is just something not related to them? That'd be a little dangerous. I mean, it made sense because two of their members are supposedly dead. And after discovering Takano died specifically, Irie killed himself. I believe that was the timeline. Or after Keiichi escaped too.
お帰りになられて十分休んでください。救命活動でお呼びしたはずだったんですが、無駄足になってしまって申し訳ないです。
Ooishi stuck his head out of the blue tent and asked, "Can somebody give him a ride home?" Irie gasped all of a sudden as he turned to Ooishi.
そうだ。高野さんは
Uh-oh.
高野さんはどうなったんです？
Ah, Takano.
え？おお、お宅の看護師さんの？
多分富武さんと一緒だったと思うんです。
Good tech. I'm glad you're saying this, Irie.
高野さんは無事なんですか？
先生、彼女の電話番号はわかります？
もちろんです。
熊ちゃん、
Kuma!
入江の先生に電話番号を聞いて署から在宅確認を取らせてください。
了解っす。
Good tech, guys.
先生、
Great
番号
save. Unless this is the big brain plan of Irie working with Takano, knowing that she's not dead. So he's leading her to find the corpse that they set up pretending to be the Takano or whatever. Burnt corpse. Crispy Takano theory. Look it up. I've said it a million times. This is the addition. Because who knows, they might not have found it without Irie suggesting it. There you go.
はい。よろしいですか?
He's a mastermind. Kumada. Oh man, I'm cracking myself up. Kumadai got the phone number from Irie, repeated it back, and then dashed away from the blue tarps.
先生、高野さんと仏は確か親しい仲でしたよね。
Yeah.
ええ。
何かトラブルがあったとか、そういうのは聞いたことがあります？
No, they've been in pretty much of an agreement. Takano is kind of the leader of the two, I guess, called the Shots. They seem pretty good.
まさか聞いたことないです。仲のいい二人でした。
何事もなけりゃいいんですがね。下手すりゃ仏か、それとも星か。なるほど。看護師なら怪しげな薬物を取り扱えてもおかしくはないですよね。
そんな薬品はうちの診療所にはありませんし、あったとしても厳重に保管されています。
Yo, what if Rita did this to Irie, or not Irie, Takano and Tomotaki, and then she snatched the drug to injected it into Shion after that. New tech.
それでも一般人よりは良いでしょ。
ですからそもそもそんな薬物は聞いたことがないし、当診療所にも存在しません。
大石さん、留守のようです。署の待機組の方で直接訪問すると言ってます。
パパ。
先生、すみませんが、高野さんの住所を教えてください。
熊ちゃん、それプラス県警に今夜出た身元不明の女性死体がないか確認を取ってください。あるいは県外の可能性もあるんだ。
Good thinking. Or is that what you want us to think? Because you're the mastermind. Sorry.
了解っす。
I'm joking around.
高野さんも殺されているということですか?
Definitely a possibility, though. I am like 90% sure that she literally can't be dead. She can't be. Crispy Takano theory is like, it's not my favorite theory, but it's the most consistent one that fits. The only way she wouldn't be dead is some weird layered reality stuff where she's actually from a different reality. Yo, that's how you explain the Keiichi surviving the poison gas too. Jump from one reality to another. Easy. Everything's being solved.
さて。どうでしょうね。まだ外車とも星とも決まったわけじゃありません。もちろん無関係って可能性だって残ってます。明日は月曜だってのも構わず、その辺の飲み屋で飲んだくれてる可能性もありますからね。
The Blue Mermaid? Well, she wouldn't go to a hostess bar probably.
どうしてこんなことが?
Is that a trick fight? Okay, I'm actually memeing too much. Sorry. I'm high energy right now. It was the Aoani adrenaline pump to the heart. Need to calm down a bit.
まあ、私だって信じられないです。品見沢村連続開始事件。これで5年目ですよ。お社様のたたりが5連続ってことになっちまいます。さあ、なんとか今年で尻尾を掴んでやりたいな。
Okay, Ooishi, I'm cheering for you, buddy. Just don't frame people and force it on the Sonozakis.
定年前にこの山だけはなんとか片付けたいんです。
I low-key believe that. Is that what they want me to think? Ooishi, it's the curse of Oyashiro-sama. It had been leading him around by the nose for 5 consecutive years. Hello? This isn't Oishi's POV anymore. No, we can't trust him at all. No, oh, that's actually very neat that they did that. So for the actual festival, you can trust Oishi fully, even if he's wrong at stuff. You can trust his word because it's his POV. But this is not his POV. Which means we don't actually know what he's thinking. Maybe inside he's thinking, lol, I'm the culprit, lol, it's never gonna get caught, losers, haha. No, I think that's good tech. I think that's actually sick. And because they've already introduced third person POV, so I think that's what it is. Unless this is, no, it's not Iria's POV, it's no one's, it's third person, so that's really fucking cool. I think that's a sign, right? They don't want you to hear Oishi's thoughts during this because he's really just laughing at everyone. That's totally a possibility. I think that's actually sick if it was. That'd be really smart too, because you'd be baited if you weren't being a genius right now like me. The victim of the first year, the manager of the damn construction site was his friend. Despite his desire to avenge his friend, the mystery had only deepened, and one case followed another year after year. Ooishi would be retiring next March. This could totally be legit too. I just find it weird that it changed to this, but it's explaining the situation that we already know, so like seems a little weird to me. As a retiree, he'd be able to ask about the progress of the investigation, but he wouldn't be able to take the initiative anymore. In other words, this year was his last chance for revenge. Would he have to put his head in the lion's mouth to capture the culprit? Find out next time. Ooishi quietly clenched his fist. I believe that this maze has an exit. Maze is a very convenient word. So now this is back to Oishi's POV. A maze always has an exit. You don't call it a maze if it doesn't have one. I know I'm on the right path towards the exit of this maze. I used to miss these minor divergences, but now I don't miss anything. I don't make any mistakes. This time I could feel a response that was different from all the other times. I'm sure I can finally get to the exit of this maze. But no matter which path I choose to come to this point, Jiro Tomotaki always dies. Huh? 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 That's not what I was thinking. What? Wait. I thought he was just talking about the mystery case. Yo, this is some weird stuff happening. Is everyone getting the Oyashiro boost? We need a quick pause. Wait. Or is this... Yo. Stop going forward. Yo. I just thought of something. Big brain. We're going back to the basics. If it would stop skipping. He's trying to meet Keiichi, my bro. Okay, we know. Yo. Hit this. Back to, when was the last time we even thought about this? I think it was pre-Himasabushi, because we latched onto the book when we moved to Layered Realities. Let me hit you with something spicy. Going back to the old style. The linear timeline theory. Which is... which was basically, instead of everything being separate, like its own dimension, kind of like in Umineko or whatever, this one's actually happening, like, it's happening on a linear time. The reason I dumped this theory was because, one, if it was linear time without magic, then it would literally be insane, because it'd be like so much cover up to fake everything, which it doesn't make sense. But maybe it's a linear, or not linear then. No, it could be linear, but it could be how do I explain it? Yeah, but linear, I mean, like, Anotatashi happened, then Watanagashi happened. Like, they're in the same reality. It just happened after, but it's the same thing. And I originally thought it could be like whoever's funding Irie's squad is like secretly like setting everything up, and it, you know, maybe it's an experiment or something. But I think maybe it could be linear and magic. So some freaking Oyasho keeps resetting everything. I don't know. It doesn't make sense, and Himatsusubushi's just a meme. But okay, maybe it's not. Maybe it doesn't have to be linear. Another thing could be people are just becoming self-aware of the linear loop thing, or the not alternate, layered reality theory, because Keiichi was kind of low-key referring to Totoroshi Ooishi, where I thought he was just talking about the crime scenes. Then he added the freaking Jiro Tomotaki. Maybe he like realized that, hey, I'm in a freaking loop. I did this like 100 times, you know, I've been doing this all the time. I finally realized, so let's try different things to stop the loop. It's so meta. I don't know, dude. I really like my layered reality theory, but the fact that they're self-aware makes the layered reality theory a little bit funky, because it makes them seem like he remembers the other realities, which isn't actually multiversal stuff. It's more of because in multiversal stuff it's like millions of realities, but you're never self-aware of the other ones or what happened in them, because they're happening at the same time. So, well, at this time isn't really a factor, but yeah, I think self-awareness actually points to like a linear thing. But if it's linear, it has to be magical, because unless it's some crazy science shit, it doesn't actually work. Huh. I don't know. This hurts my head. Can we get some Keiichi streaming and some spooky stuff? We're in class, by the way. We did a bid skip. I think this is when Keiichi and Ooishi meet up, but who knows? It's really bothering me now. I kind of just gave a quick answer for the Keiichi thing, but maybe I should have thought a bit more thoroughly. That's what it seems like. Self-awareness. Oh no, dude. We just finished Doki Doki, dude. Self-awareness is kind of cursed, but I'm sure it's not gonna be as self-aware as that, but like maybe Ooishi. I don't know, dude. It's confusing me. We'll think deeply about it. Let's just continue on for a bit. Rena had been sick ever since that day, and she hadn't been able to join in on the club activities as often since. Maybe Rena's sick, because according to, it doesn't matter if it's linear, it doesn't matter if it's layered, maybe it doesn't matter if it's scripting, because maybe she's not following the script of, after killing those others, you're killing more people, and denying the script is making her sick. Could be an answer. Yeah. It has to be something funky with time or something weird, because Jiro Tomotaki always dies. Means that unless it's possible that Ooishi has been theorizing about this, and somehow in his like notes, no matter what actions he took, on this day Jiro Tomotaki would always die. Which means it can be a normal universe thing, but he's been predicting the next murder, and no matter what simulations he does, he always dies. If you really want to say it's not some weird magic/meta stuff. There you go. Gave an answer for every crowd. Happy Toko. That's what I like to see. See, it doesn't make sense. It actually doesn't make sense if that's the case, that Ooishi is self-aware. You know why? Because of the whole POV thing from the festival, because he barely knew the other people. So that doesn't make sense. Wait. Oh. 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 I think I got baited. I think I got baited. I just realized something. I just realized something. I just realized something so good. Holy shit. Okay. Forget everything I just said. Actually, you don't need to forget everything I just said. But that was not a third person POV. That was not a third person POV. That was someone else's POV. I don't know who. But that was him observing Ooishi. And then that was his, or it could be a girl, his or her, was observing Ooishi. Then him and her, or him or her, sorry, thought is thinking this. Is thinking this. So it's not actually Ooishi thinking that. Oh my god. It sounds like Rika. Is like Rika just spying? Like Rika's the only one I can think of. Unless it's the other girl Rika was talking with in the hints. Yo, I'm so glad I caught that. I'm so glad I thought more about that because I might have just totally messed that up. So someone's watching Ooishi from the shadows, I think. Either that or it's Irie, but I don't think it's Irie because they're showing a sprite. So I think it was someone else in the shadows, Rika. Or if you want to be a bit more supernatural, even though this is already supernatural, the girl Rika was talking to. And then she was like, oh man. And she's the one who's self-aware, which makes a lot more sense because it just didn't make sense with Owishi's POV before. So it could be Rika, and she knows that it's either linear, looping, and she's experiencing this all the time, or there's a bunch of layered realities, and in every reality, bad stuff happens, and certain people die all the time. So yeah, I think that's a great answer for that. Holy shit, I'm glad I found that out. Some people were probably snickering like, he thinks Ooishi's self-aware. But then I hit them with they threw that strike, 2 strikes, third ball, big home run. Or not a home run, a double base hit. Yo, I'm hyped out of my mind. My brain's racing. But yeah, that's totally the case. That's totally the case. I was just misunderstanding, which is good. It should still be linear. It's just that Ooishi isn't linear, which made sense. Why would Ooishi isn't self-aware, which made sense. Rita, if anyone's self-aware, it could be Rita, or it could be Keiichi, but Keiichi seems like he's just starting this self-awareness. God, I am so smart right now. At 1 a.m. Time affects me, bro. I've ascended time. Okay. We'll focus on the scene. Even though I'm ranting about that, I'm in for this. Comforting Rena. Get better, Rena. Something weird's happening to you. It's just a blessed Satoko face. It's the common one, but there's just something about seeing this like default smile on her. It just makes me happy. Maybe because it's just rare compared to some of the other ones. It just looks so cute. Just serenity. Just pure serenity. No smugness. Just a nice smile. Everyone had suspected for a while that Rena isn't really sick, at least physically. Same. It was just that many things happened to her at once. She caught a mental cold. Bro, that's a great way to describe that. I might have to steal that for later. That's why I thought she would get better once she played with us, just like we used to. It seemed like Rena was aware of that too. She knew that she had to get out of her state of depression soon. She wanted to get better, and she wanted to have fun again every day. That was cursed. Bro, that was a cursed light spike. You can see her future spike. Her future sprite a little bit. Nice. It's got the good vibes rolling.
レナの病み上がりも少し加味してテーブルゲームから種目をチョイスしよう。何がいいかな。
Such a good Satoko sprite. I love that Mion. Can we get that one more time? I kind of interrupted that.
何がいいかな。何がいいかな。
Good stuff. Mion started rummaging through her locker, humming to herself. She took one game after another from the locker and put them aside. That locker definitely didn't obey the laws of physics. It's like RPG games, we just have a bunch of weapons in the back pocket. The amount of games she took out of the locker was more than what it could physically hold. Ba, 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 ba.
久しぶりにやってみようか。
What are we rocking with?
今日は本格派推理ゲームでいこう。
Ooh. I'm quite a detective myself, if I don't say so.
なんだよそれ。
I messed that up, whatever. If I don't say so myself.
面白そうだな。
Is it Clue?
ね、犯人と凶器、
Yeah.
犯行現場の3つを当てるゲームなの。
Not gonna lie, as a child, I had no idea how to play Clue. I don't think anyone really explained it to me. And when I'm at my age, I played it semi-recently, maybe a year or two ago. And I'm not gonna lie, it's not a great game. It really isn't. It's just a memory game. It's not a real, and a real solving game. But it's alright. It's alright. I kind of enjoy playing some of those new tech board games. Those are kind of fun. But yeah, I don't hate Clue. I don't love it. That's my take. It's literally memorization almost. You get the possibilities and then you it's like you get as much information as you can and then you just deduce what's in the envelope, and then it's basically just how early do you want to risk checking the envelope, right? Because you need to do it before the other people want to guess.
一度やればすぐに覚えてしまいます。
Keiichi, you're good at memory. Oh, it's kind of unfair with Rika because she has the foresight of a god, but come on,
ち
Keiichi.
ゃんとメモに整理していけば大丈夫なのです。
Oh, not memory. You don't need memory. Just need smarts. I guess. Yeah, I guess it is brain thinking, huh?
情報の整理にはちょっとしたコツがありますの
See,
よ。
this is the smudge Satoko that you get hyped for, but I'm telling you, there's something blessed about her just normal smile.
素敵な私の最も得意とするジャンルでございますわね。
Ah, yes, very intelligent. Respect the Toko. The rules don't seem that difficult. In short, it's a game where you sound out the cards each player holds in order to try and reason out the identity of the cards first drawn out of the deck. There are plenty of games in different formats where you try to identify something hidden in the least number of steps. That's a good way. Identify the murder weapon, the place, and the culprit in the least number of steps. This one just happens to be a competitive one of those. The key to winning this game would be how well you can organize your information. We usually like to play athletic games so we can run around a lot, but in our club, you have to excel both academically and athletically.
よしよしよし。なんだか面白くなってきやがった。
Bam, bam.
やろうぜやろうぜ。レナ、今日こそ曖昧になってる。あの水鉄砲勝負の時の白黒をつけてやる。
Did you not decide it in the cafe challenge?
そうだね。よーし、レナも本気で行くからね。レナが本気なら、僕も本気を出さないといけませんです。ですわね。あの水鉄砲の一件以来、ケイイチさんとレナさんの評価を改めましてよ。容赦なく行かせていただきますわ。
Nice.
よしよし、盛り上がってきたね。おじさんもこういう暑さを期待してたんだよ。
Feel like we're gonna get a hard skip on this, or no? Ooishi's gonna call Keiichi out maybe, but I think we're skipping this, like they did for the other stuff. It's my instincts, despite me wanting to see a spicy clue game.
行ってみよう。よし行くぜ。
Never mind, let's go. Long video, I guess. I guess we could have stopped at the thingy.
俺がナイフ
It's
で
too
書
late
斎
now.
はどうだ。
At that long transition.
あるよ。レナはね、ケイイチ君毒薬で玄関ホールだよ。
Oh, they're all saying it at once. In the clue I play, you get to choose when you say it. Then you check the thing and then you're out of the game if you get it wrong. But I guess it made sense. But then, I don't know, kind of forced it, huh?
私はこれですわね。
Gotta love the
ラウン
swings.
ジですわ。
Yo, Satoko's going with the curveball. Rena's and Keiichi's were kind of the same, but Satoko's is totally a curveball. Well, I guess it wasn't really the same, except for the culprit. The fact that those were like barely the same probably means that they're wrong.
ピストルはあんたが持ってるんでしょ。下手なフェイクは意味ないよ。
Huh? You can bluff?
犯人と凶器は特定できたと思います。犯行現場が二択なのです。
Oh god.
リカちゃんも？
As expected. Brain power. Even without the Oyasho-sama boost, she's still a smarty.
私は犯人が二択で特定できない。コツは相手の質問内容からも何かのヒントを得ることですのよ。
Of course.
それが分かれば、時には相手の手札で答えが分かることもありましたよ。
なるほどな。くそ、甘く見てたか。
Maybe I am too. I barely played it, so maybe I was just dissing Clue. I don't know if there's any Clue veterans who watch this. Sorry if I've offended your game.
やべえ、メモがぐちゃぐちゃで意味がわからなくなった。
メモに書き取るコツが分かれば、このゲームは7割方攻略しても同然だね。ま、7割程度じゃおじさんには勝てないけどさ。
Two smug faces. It's too much smugness. I kind of knew I didn't stand a chance of winning this game, but I gradually started picking it up. Bam, bam, bam. Rena seemed to be getting back her energy as she played along. It was the right decision to force her to play with us today. While we were in the middle of the game, Chia-sensei came into the classroom.
楽しそうですね。
What's up, Chia?
ところで竜宮さんはいますか？
How?
竜宮さんにお客様が来ています。
Ooh. Everybody looked puzzled. Parents sometimes showed up at school for some reason, but Chia-sensei never called them visitors. It's rare to have a visitor at school. Better not be a wild Ooishi.
なんだろう。
Huh. So maybe... Okay, wait. I was... Sorry, it's hard not to think back to that scene. So maybe Ooishi isn't the mastermind, because the person, like, observing him was just... it doesn't matter, he could still be. Never mind. Back to the scene.
ちょっと行ってくるね。
Who will it
みんなは部
be?
活続けててね。
Who's even left? Kasai, maybe? Maybe they'll lie about Kasai and she didn't, like, go to him, but it's been a while, right? I don't remember. Rena left the classroom at a run.
どうする？待ってるか？
どれだけかかる用事かわからないからね。
Play a round or two without her.
レナもああ言ってたことだし、私たちは続けようか。
あ
Ah. It's Ooishi. The vibes. It's Rena Vision. Around the entrance, the glaring sun and the cool shade made for a clear contrast. It's actually Ooishi. I knew it. An old man who's holding his jacket on his arm was waiting for me. He looked like he was overreacting with his tie in a limp. His tie was limp.
竜宮さんですか。
Yep.
竜宮レイナさん。
Ever since Rena called me Reina, I've hated the name more than ever. Because of that, I didn't have a good first impression of this man.
そうですよ。どちら様ですか？
私の車はエアコンが効いてますからそっちでお話ししましょ
Oh,
う。
so in this arc, Ooishi goes for Rena because he... Yeah. Because Ooishi and Anukatashi went for Keiichi because he thought he was still considered an outsider, but from his vision in the festival, he considered Rena to be outside the friend group a bit. And Rena is not gonna fold to the pressure as much as Keiichi did, so that would be interesting. Anukatashi, Ooishi interacting with Rena, huh?
ここ暑くありません？
This is gonna be fun. He ignored my question and started walking towards the car parked in front of the school gate. If he wanted to talk about something normal, he would have used the teacher's office. But he wanted to talk in his car instead. I couldn't help but feel suspicious. Shia-sensei let him see me, though. That meant he wasn't a suspicious individual as far as she was concerned. Who was he?
取って食いやしません。どうぞどうぞ。
He called out to me while opening the rear door. Is he a policeman? Did the police find out that I killed those two? It's extra spice, but obviously it's not about that. I felt all anxious all of a sudden. I think he's literally just doing it because he thinks she's more of an outsider than Keiichi. Was this what they called a voluntary interview? I didn't want to go in that car, but if I rejected his offer, it only made me look suspicious. I prepared myself and got in. It was really cool inside of the car. A car AC must cost a fortune. At least my father's car doesn't have one. It's a good thing to have.
冷えすぎだったら言ってくださいよ。私ガンガンに冷やしちゃうたちですから。
Pretty sure he said the same thing to Keiichi.
で、私に何の用ですか？
In retaliation, I ignored his question and got to the point like he did. He pulled out a small notebook out of his breast pocket. Flipping through it, he picked up a photo from it. The photo showed the face of a goofy-looking man.
この男性のことでご存知のことがあったら
What,
教えてください。
Tomotaki? Goofy-looking man? Is Tomotaki a goofy-looking man? He looks pretty cool to me. The man in the picture was expressionless and looked half asleep. Sometimes you can't even recognize your own family members in a photo where they don't have an expression. Ah, it's her dad. Okay. So there's no way I would recognize a person who wasn't related to me. But anyway, that was a bit of a relief. This had nothing to do with Rena or her partner. Oh, is it not her dad? I don't know.
シャツにマジックで落書きがありました。
Oh no, it's Tomotaki. Okay. That's what I thought originally.
竜宮さんをはじめクラスメート何人かの署名入りでした。
これ、富武さん？
I don't feel his usual carefree unreliableness from this picture at all. From this half-awake, emotionless face. Oh, because is he literally showing him dead? But, like, not the kill thing?
では、こちらの女性はわかりますか？
I knew what he was trying to show.
ミオさんです。高野ミオさん。
二人に最後に会ったのはいつですか？
綿流しの祭りのお開きになった直後くらいにあったと思います。
何か気になったこととかありませんか？
What, they were dead?
何でも結構です。話してください。
富武さんたちに何かあったんですか？
Oh.
よっしゃ
Okay. Oh man, I was kind of invested in that, but that's okay.
ー取った
What's up, gang?
実はよ、レナとミオンで二択だったんだよな。
じゃあ 博打だったんですの？
Surprise Satoko.
なんてリスクのあることを。
I don't know how to describe that face.
それでも勝ちは勝ちなのですよ。
Words to live by. Actually,
お、レナだ。
it can be bad if you act that differently, but yeah, as long as you complete your task, it doesn't matter about how you do it. Just try not to be illegal about it.
おかえり。ずいぶん時間かかったね。
Got interrogated. Dude, oh, I hope Brenna's probably gonna share it because we had the whole friendship circle thing. But in the normal arts, you know, she probably wouldn't share this information. Or maybe she won't, but we'll get it out of her. Hopefully that's what happens. It's kind of weird if they don't after the friendship circle. Mia noticed that Rena had returned. She looked exhausted. I have no idea what she was talking about with the visitor, but it was obvious it wasn't something fun.
レナ、大丈夫？
Daijoubu.
何大丈夫って。
What's okay?
いや、顔色だよ。青いというか、白いというか。
Bum 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 bum
本当
bum
に
bum.
大丈夫？
Rena tried to convince us she was fine, but her face clouded over for a moment and she decided to leave early. Unlucky. I shouldn't have forced her to join the game. I was regretting it a little. It's also a game about murder. It's kind of bad taste, but whatever. Rena probably forced herself to play with us even though she wasn't feeling well at all. Rena put her stuff in her bag, apologized to us for leaving early, and left the classroom.
まあ仕方ありませんわね。ではせめて私たちの白黒をはっきりさせようじゃございませんの。
Togo's in a competitive mood.
そうだね。
She's ready. She's out for
次は誰
blood.
の番だっけ？
I was hoping for that.
よっしゃリカちゃん来やがれ。
Meep. There's the chapter. Break. That was a good chapter too. I was expecting Ooishi, but I wasn't expecting some POV Ooishi. Some confirmation about how the world works a bit, though not fully sure. Good stuff. Who is this? Irie? No, this is Rena. No, it's not. It's like not pink. It's like reddish. But anyways, I guess we'll find out next time. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Some insightful stuff. We're gonna have to let it marinate a bit. This is Saturday's episode, so next week should be good. We're getting a little bit spooky. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Don't worry, next intro will... I'll have some time to think about this, so yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. I'm still hyped. I need to calm down. But yeah, thanks for watching as always, and have a great day / night wherever you are. Stay safe and see you later.